Yo, what's up guys? It is Monster Jam Collector Racing here. I'm here with time series number 385. And let's go racing. We're going to kick things off with Inverse Dragonoid and Lumberjack. And, oh, what a race to start off! Oh, and just barely, it's going to be the Inverse Dragonoid. Next up is Red Hotweiler and Monster Mutt Track Ace. And it's going to be Monster Mutt Track Ace. Next up is Radical Racer taking on the first of the 5 debuting trucks. And Gutter Growler wins in his debut. Next up is Carbonator XXL Lime taking on Ice Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And good race, but it's going to be Carbonator XXL Lime. Next up is Rage and Bulldozer. And oh, Rage flips over, giving the win to Bulldozer. Next up is Gold Max D taking on the returning Man of Steel. And Gold Max D takes the win. Next up is Blue NEA taking on the second of the 5 debuting trucks. And Hot Wheels Special Forces wins in his debut. Next up is Darth Vader and Overkill Evolution. And Darth Vader takes the win. Here's 2 trucks making the return. We have A51 Patrol and the Operation Stomp Ride. And it's going to be Operation Stomp Ride. Next up is Grave Digger Ride taking on Max D Elementals. And it's going to be Grave Digger Ride. Next up is the Battle of the Foodie Trucks. We have Bread Boys taking on the third of the 5 debuting trucks. And Bread Boys takes the win. Next up is Haul Y'all and Backwards Bob. And, ooh, close race. Ooh, just barely. Haul Y'all is going to take the win. Next up is the U.S. Air Force Afterburner taking on Alien Invasion. And it's going to be the U.S. Air Force Afterburner. Next up is Bad Company and Slinger. And, oh, nice save by Bad Company, but Slinger is going to take the win. Next up, we have the Battle of... We have the black and brown one taking on the fourth of the 5 debuting trucks, the Back to the Basics Loco Punk. And Back to the Basics Loco Punk, with a smooth run, wins in his debut. Next up is the Hot Wheels Wolf Finals 19 taking on Grave Digger. And it's going to be Hot Wheels. Next up is Edgeglow Batman and Storm Damage. And it's going to be Edgeglow Batman. And the final race of round number 1 is going to feature Try to Crush Me, taking on the 5th and the final of the 5 debuting trucks, Bored to Be Wild. And it's going to be Bored to Be Wild, winning in his debut. Alright guys, here we are with round number 2. We're going to kick things off with Inverse Dragonoid and Monster Mutt Track Ace. It's going to be Inverse Dragonoid. Next up is Gutter Growler and Carbonator XXL Lime. It's going to be Gutter Growler with a full head of speed. Next up is Gold Max D and Bulldozer. It's going to be Gold Max D. Here we got a good race. We have Hot Wheels Special Forces and Darth Vader. And Hot Wheels Special Forces takes the win. Next up, we have a ride trucks battle between Gravedigger and Operation Stomp. And Operation Stomp takes the win. Next up is Haul Y'all and Bread Boys. It's gonna be Haul Y'all. Next up is the US Air Force Afterburner taking on Slinger. It's gonna be the US Air Force Afterburner. Next up, we have two trucks that have nearly similar paint schemes. We have Back to the Basics Local Punk and the World Finals 19 Hot Wheels. And Local Punk takes the win. And the final race of round number 2 is going to feature Born to Be Wild and Edge Glow Batman. It's going to be Born to Be Wild. Alright guys, before we move on to round number 3, we need a fast loser because Born to Be Wild needs an opponent to race. So here are the two trucks that I have selected. We have Darth Vader and the World Finals 19 Hot Wheels. And it's going to be, two trucks rolling over, but it's going to be Darth Vader. Alright guys, here we are with round number 3. We're going to kick things off with Inverse Dragonoid and Gutter Grawler. It's going to be Gutter Grawler. Next up is Gold Max D and Hot Wheels Special Forces. And it's going to be Hot Wheels Special Forces. Next up, we have a second ever ride trucks battle between Haul Y'all and Operation Stomp. And it's going to be Haul Y'all. Nice save by Operation Stomp, though. Next up is the Back to the Basics Local Punk taking on the US Air Force Afterburner. It's going to be the Back to the Basics Local Punk. And the final race of round 3 is Born to Be Wild and Darth Vader. And it's going to be Born to Be Wild, winning with a comeback. Alright guys, here we are with round number 4, which is the quarterfinals, but we're going to need 3 fastest races to make it 8 to be even. So, here they are. And we're going to kick things off with Gomax D and Bad Company. It's going to be Bad Company. Next up is Nacho Mamas and Operation Stomp Ride. It's going to be Operation Stomp Ride. And the final fastest race is going to feature the ride trucks Gravedigger and Backwards Bob. And, what a race. Oh, but you guys could see right there, ride trucks Gravedigger takes the win. Now we're down to the quarterfinals of Science Series number 385. Let's go over your field of trucks. Inside of the debuting Gutter Grawler, we have Monster Jam Dallas. Inside of the debuting Hot Wheels Special Forces, we have Monster Jam Mutt. Inside of Haul Y'all, we have Monster Trucks Dude. Inside of the debuting Back to the Basics Local Punk, we have One Bad Ghoul Random 2008. Inside of the debuting Born to Be Wild, we have Monster Jam Extreme. Inside of Bad Company, we have Mac Blog Mac. Inside of Operation Stomp Ride, we have Jackson Davis. And inside of the Ride Trucks Gravedigger, we have Monster Jam Fan 0311. So, let's kick the quarterfinals off with a debuting truck battle. Hot Wheels Special Forces and Gutter Grawler. It's going to be Gutter Grawler. Next up is Haul Y'all and the Back to the Basics Local Punk. It's going to be Haul Y'all. Next up is Born to Be Wild and Bad Company. It's going to be Born to Be Wild. And the final race of the quarterfinals is a rematch of round 2. Ride Trucks Gravedigger and Operation Stomp Ride. Can Ride Truck's Gravedigger get redemption? Yes, he will. Now we're down to the semifinals of Sign Up Series number 385. Let's go over your field of trucks. Inside of Gutter Grawler, we have Monster Jam Dallas. Inside of Haul we have Monster Trucks Dude. Inside of Born to Be Wild, we have Monster Jam Extreme. And inside of the Ride Trucks Gravedigger, we have Monster Jam Fan 0311. So, let's kick the semis off with Gutter Grawler and Haul. It's going to be Gutter Grawler. Who will meet Gutter Grawler in the championship race? Ride Trucks Gravedigger or Born to Be Wild? It's going to be Ride Trucks Gravedigger. Alright guys, here is the championship race. Inside of the Ride Trucks Gravedigger, we have Monster Jam Fan 0311, who's won a handful of events. I can't remember that well. I believe he's won about like 6 or 7. I could be wrong. And inside of Gutter Grawler, we have Monster Jam Dallas, who's won a handful of events. And I believe he is a 20-time champion, looking for his 21st. So this race should be good. Let's crown your champion. The winner of Sign Up Series number 385 is going to be none other than Monster Jam Fan 0311 has done it. So Deegan, congratulations on taking the win, man, in the Ride Trucks Gravedigger. And it proves the Ride Trucks Gravedigger is really fast, and there's no question about it. So, yeah, congratulations, Deegan, on winning. I believe this is your 7th, 8th, or 9th win. I could be wrong. But, yeah, congratulations on winning. You deserve it. Monster Jam Dallas, dude, you were doing so good in the series, especially for Gutter Grawler, too. Gutter Grawler did really well in his debuts. So were the other debuting trucks that did well. But you did great, man. It's going to make it that one step further. But not only you, but Gutter Grawler, it's going to get his first one one day. Better luck in Sign Up Series 386, man. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Great race, everybody. Congratulations to Monster Jam Fan 0311 and the Ride Trucks Gravedigger for taking the win. And I'll see you guys in Sign Up Series 386.
Turn over chain, 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 turn over chain.